Today I want to talk about why I love Japanese so much. I thought today would be a perfect day to film it because it's super sunny. 2nd of December today and it's 15 degrees, so anyone that knows me well knows I hate the cold. So I'm pretty happy that it's warm in December. I know my friends have told me it's quite cold in England. Let's just see how cold it is today. It's only 6 degrees Celsius today in England, which is good. Quite warm for December. The second reason why I thought this would be a good day to film, I got my new books for this semester. More intensive Japanese. Let's just take a little look and see the kind of things I'm going to be learning. Now, don't get me wrong, Japanese is very difficult, especially for a foreigner like me that has never learned another language properly in her life. I say properly because I don't count year 7 French as properly learning because I didn't really study. Japanese is very daunting, much like a lot of the other Asian languages, and any language that has a different alphabet to your native language is bound to be pretty daunting. But once you get started, you realise that language barrier of learning the new alphabet is actually one of the smallest hurdles to overcome. And just a disclaimer, I've only been studying Japanese for about 2 months. So if I make any little mistakes or if I miss anything that my Japanese friends think I should have included, then gomenasai. So to start with, there's 3 components of Japanese. There's the hiragana alphabet, katakana, and kanji. All of the alphabets are made up of the same sounds from the hiragana alphabet. So there's approximately maybe 71 main symbols in the hiragana alphabet. Now that sounds like a lot compared to the English alphabet, but it turns out it's actually pretty easy to remember. There's 5 vowels, just like there are in the English alphabet. These vowels are pronounced a, I, u, e, o, and the pronunciation never changes, which is what makes it slightly easier. Unlike in the English language where you can change the pronunciation of vowels like o, u, or a, that kind of thing, you don't really have that with the Japanese language. Then you add a consonant to make up the other symbols. So for example, you have ka, sa, na, ma, ku, nu, mu, yu. So once you've learnt them, it's pretty easy to read Japanese because everything will sound exactly how it is written. Then you have the katakana alphabet. So the alphabet is made up of all of the same sounds, a, I, u, e, o, and all of the same consonants. However, the symbols look different. This is to distinguish between foreign words and Japanese words. So for example, if you have a in hiragana and then a in katakana, they sound the same but they look different. And once you've learned the katakana alphabet, you can kind of read a lot of shop names or menus without needing much further help. So for example, let's take the McDonald's menu. You have this. If you can read the katakana, you can read that this is bi and then a small ts, which puts emphasis on the next symbol, which is ku, and then ma, small ts, and ku. So if you read it as Big Mac, which is Big Mac. So you can read a lot of the katakana and understand what the words mean without really knowing Japanese if you know the katakana alphabet, which is kind of cool. And then you have kanji. This is by far the most complex part of trying to learn Japanese for some people. Kanji derives from Chinese characters, but has some added ways of reading it for Japanese. But the complex thing about kanji is that it can have more than one ways to read it and more than one meaning. So I bought this book in the start of term, which has got 512 kanji and the different meanings and some illustrations to help you remember it. Some of the most interesting kanji that I've learned so far. So for the word jitensha, which means bicycle, there's 3 kanji. The first kanji means self, the second kanji means to roll, and the third kanji is for car. So the word that makes up bicycle literally means self-rolling car. Another one was the kanji for shashin, which means photograph. There's 2 kanji. The first one means to take a copy of, and the second one means the truth. So the kanji for photograph means to take a copy of the truth. And then there are some strange ones that I haven't quite worked out yet. So the kanji for kokoro, which is heart, looks like this. And the kanji for rice field is this. If you put the kanji for rice field above the kanji for heart, it makes omo or omoru, which is to think. And I haven't quite worked out why they put those ones together yet. Another kanji I like is one for ame, which is for rain, because it kind of looks like rain on a window. And kanji seems complex to learn. All words can be made from hiragana, so why would you need kanji? But it shortens down sentences a lot, makes it a lot easier to read them. Well, makes it a lot easier to read them if you know the language well. It can change a sentence from looking something like this to this. Even if you don't know Japanese, you can see that that's a lot smaller. I really recommend that you guys learn a language, preferably Japanese, so that when I can go home I can try and speak to some of you. But really, I have been researching what it does to the brain to learn a new language. And on top of all the cultural benefits of sort of learning more about a culture, it helps with memory, concentration, lowers the risk of dementia and Alzheimer's. Actually, some of the studies found that the brain genuinely increases in size in a particular area, the area responsible for the language learning. Which might be why it's so difficult when you learn your first language, because you're having to, grow this part of your brain that you didn't have before. Whereas if you know a couple of languages, you're just adding to it. Thanks for watching. If you do have any requests or questions or anything that you want to see about Japan or anything you want me to vlog about, let me know in the comments below.